This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all, this
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Yes! Welcome to DBL. Anytime I can squeeze that in
That's
there.
a Friday, yes.
Yeah, that's Friday.
Yeah.
That's right.
A year later, you know, it's cool like in 2020, 2021.
Still cool.
Still works. All right, so that was a little sneak peek, of course, of the new Whitney Houston biopic. Welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. The movie about her rise to stardom is called I Want to Dance with Somebody. It's set to be released in theaters this December. Have another look.
My dream, sing what I want to sing, be how I want to be. I say a prayer with every heartbeat. Reach as big an audience as I can.
Common criticism of you, your music isn't black enough.
Look, I don't know how to sing black and I don't know how to sing white either. I know how to sing.
Wow.
That's the picture.
I'm already in.
Wow.
The movie is also recreating, of course, Whitney's iconic rendition of the national anthem at the 1991 Super Bowl in Tampa. It also shows flashes of her wedding to Bobby Brown. But given that her estate and record label have signed off on the film, will it go into the darker parts of her life, like her drug use, of course? Can we tell her story, which I all want to hear, and I don't want to tarnish her reputation or what she did, because I was getting chills just watching that. But do we have to talk about those later years of her life?
I think they're going to have to touch on it, of course, because, I mean, you know, obviously not only the estate, Clive Davis has also given his blessing as well. And remember, Whitney passed away upstairs from the Clive Davis Grammy party.
Right.
So that is a part of the story. I think as someone who has sat through over 12 hours in one day of just Whitney Houston like specials, she represented so much for me in terms of like being a black girl growing up and then having this hybrid relationship of coming from an all black community to living in an all white community, and the idea that you're always told that you don't fit in anywhere, and then having to truly find your voice authentically, and eventually that just becomes a part of your story. And I think with any story, it's the totality of who you are. Like, I wish she was still here, but I accept all sides of who she was.
Wow.
Real quickly before you go out, you mentioned Clive Davis. Stanley Tucci's playing Clive Davis.
Oh, wow.
And if it almost looked like him when we showed that. After this clip, we'll show it again. But if you don't know who that is, you'll see. Look at, so that's the real Clive Davis, right? Now look at Stanley Tucci.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. That's good, huh?
That is good.
It's going to be good.
And
It's going to be good.
I'm picky about stuff like this.
I was going to say,
Yeah, you are.
I am, and I got to be honest, I was like, oh no. But the second I saw a shot, I don't know if we have it, but it's at her singing the national anthem, which I still listen to this day, her version. There's a part of her throat, this actress, that bulges out just like Whitney because she gave it like her all. Can you see that part right on the left?
Yeah.
And then she lifts her arms in a way just like her hands, her fingertips. This is going to be huge, I think.
That's real good, too.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can see everything there. I think the details have to be perfect for this, and I think they worked very hard. I'm very excited for this one.
Right. I mean, Jeff, you're talking about can we tell our story without the drugs?
Yeah.
And my answer is I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope we can address that because that's part of who she was, and that's part of her humanity. And trying to whitewash the bad parts of everybody's life to tell their story is disingenuous to them. More than the fact that she took drugs, which most people are aware of, I'd like to know why.
Yeah.
I think that there were a lot of, I saw the documentary on her life, and I've seen several, and it seems like, I'll just leave it at, she was not able to be who she really was inside. We've seen that play out, sadly, Tori, a lot of times, and I think this drugs are often used as a numbing agent, and I'd like for some explanation so people understand why she did drugs and not just that she did drugs.
Yeah, I think a lot of the reasons that Erica just mentioned might be part of it.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, so let's move on. Lisa Rinna says she's retiring the Midriff. Lisa, who walked the runway at New York Fashion Week, told Interview magazine that she won't wear midriff tops anymore. She said her daughters, who are in their 20s, can wear them, and at the age of 59, you just don't do midriffs. Lisa added that bathing suits and bikinis, though, they're still on the table.
I just have to be honest.
Okay.
The new uniform.
Have you not been being honest?
By the way, I'm
Season
not
6 here.
sorry. No.
Whitney Houston stinks.
No. Every cute person who's young wears the mom jeans and a crop top all day, every day now. And I can't for the life of me ever think of why I would ever want to put on a crop top. Ever. The worst part
You mean even if you're 20?
Even if I'm 20. My worst feature for me that I'm most concerned about is like right where the crop top shows.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say, as someone who just retired crop tops about 10 years ago, if you feeling like you want to wear a crop top, rock that crop top, okay? Because if that's something that's in you, if you're like, I want to wear this, and I don't care if you're a 0, I don't care if you're a 22, whatever it is, if that's your confidence, do it.
Yeah.
I want to see it every time.
Yeah.
Because you get to a point where you start to second guess like what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. Now, certain things aren't appropriate in every single venue.
Sure, like me on a crop top on the show.
Well, I'm not going to wear a crop top to church.
Right.
I told our wardrobe stylist, Jure, I wanted to wear no shirt underneath. Just go straight Billy Ocean, Caribbean Queen, just black chest hair and a blazer. So are you giving me the green light for that?
I mean, I don't want to see that.
Give it a chance.
It's Friday.
We'll do a dry run this weekend.
It's Friday. Rock out with your crop top out.
There you go.
All right. Lisa Rinna competed on Dancing with the Stars, which is, speaking of her, when it was back on ABC. But now the show kicks off a new season on Monday on Disney+. Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice will strut her stuff. Selma Blair, who has MS, will join the cast fresh off her appearance at the Emmys, where she got a standing ovation. It's going to be very interesting. And comedian Wayne Brady from the show Let's Make a Deal will also be in the cast. Earlier, we spoke to host Tyra Banks and Alfonso Ribeiro. Here's what they said about the show moving to streaming. Let's watch.
I think it's going to be so different. There's going to be more energy. There are no commercials at all. None. It is just you're going to see a lot of the beautiful thing about live TV is when it doesn't go right, to be honest. And because there are no commercials, you can't cover up stuff. I mean, the floor is going to be changing. My house is going to be talking. Then something's crazy is going to happen. They're going to try to throw to me. It's just going to be crazy, fun, amazing, emotional, beautiful journey.
Well, things you can't actually, rehearse, right? Like we've had on the show times where someone gets injured, right? And you go to commercial, right? Like people have passed out, right? And you go to commercial. You can't go to commercial. You're live. We gotta find something else to do. And so when those moments happen, hopefully they don't, we'll just keep moving.
Or the wrong names being on my damn card and the whole world blaming me for me reading what a damn producer wrote wrong on the damn card. That happens on live TV.
Listen. You guys are named Daily Blast Live, and she just live blasted somebody daily.
And can our cameraman Rob show that the person that she blasted? Because
No.
it
was her producer.
No.
I thought it was Michael Dean. No, Michael Dean was
Hey, Rob, could you get a shot and embarrass Michael Dean for no reason? He's over there. Yeah, he's over there.
To do with Dancing with the Stars?
Hey, Michael Dean, here you are, buddy.
Michael Dean.
Wow, on blast. Put him on blast on Friday.
Then I caught you on camera.
Yes.
All right, so how were they? How was that interview?
Oh, it was great. I mean, you saw just a piece of it. It was super lively. I actually got my words out this time with Alfonso.
Did we address that?
Yeah.
I did thank him for my birthday gift. Yes.
Can you tell
Which
people
was?
what it was?
I got an autographed copy, or he signed an autograph sending me birthday love, and it was very nice.
Yes.
Look at you already stumped. Erica's smooth with her words.
But
Bring
yes,
up Alfonso.
I'm going to take it back home and put it on behind my bed.
There we go. Were they concerned at all about it moving to streaming, or they put that away?
They had very strong marketing reasons as why you should make the switch. First of all, it's $199 before the broadcast goes. So if you're looking to join right now, because she kept saying $199. We had a whole thing about that. I also want to say the no commercials really is an attraction. They're hoping to bring people over. A lot like us when we're like behind the scenes and you can see us. They have no commercials. So
you can see us in front of the scenes.
Yeah, that too. No, thanks for that great point.
Okay.
But they also said if something falls down or she reads the wrong card like it happened, they can't cut. or if someone faints, remember, of course, famously Marie Osmond fainted. You're going to see some real transparency on that television show, and that might be an exciting feature that might attract some people.
I got to be honest, that does attract me. Since I started this business, I like the behind the scenes and kind of pulling back that fourth wall. We do it a lot here, but seeing some of those like stumbles and things, those are real. That's real. Things are going to happen. There's a lot moving. There's a lot of moving parts. So to see some of that like stumble and not so produced, and you're going to see the real, that does attract me a little bit. And for less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks,
$1.99 is doing fine.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks.
I like it. Coming up on DBL, our interview with the hilarious Joe Coy. He's telling us all about his new Netflix special and the touching reaction from little girls seeing Disney's new Ariel, the Little Mermaid. That's next.
Closed captioning provided by
So my famous Alfonso Ribeiro autographed picture for my birthday has made an appearance. We were talking a lot about live television. I've been reading Shonda Rhimes' book, Year of Yes, and I just got to the point where she's talking about live television because she refused to do Jimmy Kimmel live because she has a huge like stage fright and she gets anxiety, and she was talking about all the things that could happen and go wrong on live television. And I'm not gonna lie, like I was on my way here and I started thinking of it like, dang, we've been doing live TV every day for 6 years, and I had never thought about like what could go wrong. I mean, things have gone wrong, but like the things that she was describing, I'm like, I had a little anxiety about it. Then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to not caring, because that's what we gotta do.
You know what's weird, Al? Like when I go on auditions, you know, I still go on a little auditions to get outside work. I get more nervous like just recording, and I'm like, oh man, I could do this again. But I don't know why. I still get nervous recording. Live, I like it way more. I don't know why. It's like if it happens, I roll with the punches. It's way more I'm on my feet.
Like improv.
Yeah, but getting it perfect, like if we had to read the script perfect, we'd still be here from the first show that I did.
It's like, it's very much, there's something in our brains. When I was in radio, this would happen a lot because we'd normally go live, but then occasionally we'd have to like pre-record something. And I could do it live one take.
Yeah.
The moment I know that it's pre-recorded and I can do it more than once,
just get to a stick.
all of a sudden your mind is just like,
Why
you know, like it just doesn't make any sense.
the same way.
Because you know you have a safety, and then I don't know.
See, I'm thinking about the people around. Like,
It's
oh, you
weird.
got to do a fourth take. Okay.
And if I know I have extra takes, let's.
Watch out for the big girls. 50 Cent is coming for the kids, and get ready for some black girl magic in this week's What Erica's Watching. First, comedian Aries Spears. You might remember him from Mad TV. Well, he questioned Lizzo's talent and body shamed her in a recent interview. Now he's one of the haters feeling the wrath of her wins. First at the VMAs, and now Lizzo is shining just like her recent Emmy. Now here's what I have to say about Mr. Mad TV. Watch out for the big girls and learn how to win. Next, 50 Cent is taking cheap shots at Lil' Kim's daughter and attempted to stir up some old beef between her and Nicki Minaj. He claims that Lil' Kim's verse on Megan Thee Stallion's remix to Plan B was about Nicki, when it's clear that it's likely about a man who Kim says is an ex. Now I have an idea, queens. Hop on a track together and make change out of 50 Cent. Finally, check out Disney's new trailer for the live-action Little Mermaid movie.
Wish I could be part of that world.
girls and myself are reacting to Hailey Bailey's debut as Ariel, and heartwarming videos like this are going viral.
Are you crying?
No.
Oh, sweet girl.
Ugh. Share with me anything that catches your eye by using the hashtag DBLEricaWatch. We'll be right back.
It's important to surround yourself.
The push to get updated COVID-19 boosters into arms ASAP is an effort to get ahead of a possible fall or winter surge. But when it comes to rolling up sleeves for a flu shot already, when it's hardly even sweater weather, people have questions. Let's verify. Is it too early to get an annual flu shot? Our sources are the CDC, FDA, and MedStar infectious disease Dr. Glenn Wortman. Flu shots change each year in an effort to target the strain scientists predict to be most prominent and are effective for about 6 months.
One of the most difficult things is we never know what flu season is going to be like.
The CDC advises against getting vaccinated too early because protection may decrease over time, but defines too early as July or August. The recommendation is to get vaccinated before the flu begins to spread, and guidance says September and October are, quote, generally good times to get the shot. So no, in mid-September, it's not too early to get an annual flu shot. But since flu season can last well into the spring, Dr. Wortman is among the doctors recommending an October vaccination for those who can wait.
Possibly if flu season goes on until March, April, you might not have as much benefit from the flu shot towards the end of that season. So if you wait to get it until October timeframe, then your immunity would last longer until the spring.
But he and the CDC advise it's better to be a bit on the early side than to not get a vaccine at all.
If there's a question that you might not get it at all because you're so busy, then it's better just to go ahead and get it now.
The CDC does point to a study, though, showing people who get the COVID-19 booster and the flu shot at the same time, like what's being offered at clinics like this one, are more likely to experience slight side effects like fatigue and achiness, but the study shows those tend to go away pretty quickly. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Welcome back. Joe Coy is so funny that his stand-up shows sell out arenas across the globe. And earlier we chatted with him about some of the stories from his new Netflix special. Y'all better check it out. Please welcome the hilarious, talented Joe Coy.
Yeah. I wish I was there.
Joe, we need to get you here. Next time you're in Denver, you have to join us. I can't guarantee that Jerry Springer will be here.
You're in luck. That's true. Joe, if you'll let me on the same stage with you, welcome.
Joe, I have the first question. Here we go. You often talk
Joy?
about...
How dare you call me Joy?
Did you Joy?
Joe Coy, Joy. It rhymes. All right. So far, we're off to a great start in season 6 here. Yeah. Joe, so you often talk about the great dynamic between you and your ex-wife. You also left your last relationship on great terms, but we got to know, in your opinion, what's the worst way to interview somebody? No, what's the worst way you could break up with someone?
I think the worst way to break up with somebody is via text.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've had friends do that, and it freaks me out. I'm like, wait a minute, you just texted her? That's it? Like, I just, what? That didn't even make sense to me. I think there should always be closure, and I think there should always be a relationship. And a good relationship. I don't see what hate is all about when people are no longer together. I just don't understand what that's about.
I know, such a good man, right? All right, you've come such a long way since you first started doing comedy. You sell out arenas, rock star. But what was your first stand-up? What was your first stand-up experience like? I did to dozens, maybe tens of people during my stand-up experience. What was yours? Okay.
I mean, it's crazy. I pinch myself all the time. I just did. You know, I'm on this world tour right now, and I just did 10,000 people in the Philippines on a Wednesday. Wow. On a Wednesday, And then I flew to Dubai and did Coca-Cola Arena out there, and next is MSG in New York.
Wow.
It's like,
oh man,
it's crazy to even to think of this. And now we just added the United Center in Chicago, FTX Arena in Miami, and we added another Honda Center in Anaheim. It's just like my head's gonna explode. Like it's just a dream coming true right now.
Eddie Murphy was your idol, though, right? Or one of your idols?
Yes.
And you're going to be performing in the same place you first saw him?
Well, no, I saw him in Seattle. I already performed there.
Right.
And it was cool because I brought my son to the arena. You know, he tours with me, and I sat him in the seats that I sat in when I watched Eddie Murphy.
Whoa.
And I sold out the same arena. It was crazy.
How
was
cool is
such
that?
a moment.
What a meta moment.
It was such a moment.
You have so many cool moments, so many cool friends. I heard that you're friends with Tommy Lee. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
wow.
that's the seat. That's the seat.
Wow.
That's it.
Look at him.
And I saw Eddie, yeah. And it's kind of cool because they renovated the place, so it was actually bigger than when I saw Eddie. So it was actually 14,500 people that night.
Wow. I can't even imagine.
What a moment.
I wanted to ask you about Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. I had no idea you guys are close friends, and I hear you have a funny story. You brought up the Philippines, but apparently he told you he's never been to the Philippines. Why? Or he wouldn't perform there?
They never played the Philippines. It tripped me out when he said that to me. I was like, wait, what? And he it was just an honest answer. And I think that's another reason why I'm so happy when I talk about my culture on stage, because a lot of people don't know that Filipinos speak English and Filipinos love American entertainment. And, with me coming out and talking about my culture, and also Arnel Pineda is the lead singer of Journey. People are starting to learn about the Philippines now. And yeah, I understand why he never played, but it was just like 50 years in the business and you guys never went to the Philippines. So at least I know that he's going to go now.
Yes, we love it. Joe, thank you so much for putting up with us.
It's been a joy.
And that's how you get an Emmy right there. You called it all right back.
Joe, you gotta join us in the flesh next time.
Yes, absolutely.
DBL Nation, you can watch Joe's new Netflix special, Joe Coy, live at the Los Angeles Forum, streaming now on Netflix. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Well, I love you.
I love you, buddy.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Book bag, check. Pencils, check. Notebooks, check.
Scissors you have and glue.
Back to school season can get pretty pricey. The National Retail Federation says that families with children in elementary school through high school plan to spend on average $864 this year on school supplies. That number is up $167 from 2019. But there are many school supplies above the basics that aren't covered by parents or provided by the school. The burden of purchasing those items often falls on teachers, according to several posts on social media. Many people claim that 94% of teachers have had to dip into their own pockets to buy school supplies. But is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are the Department of Education, Washington State's K-12 Education Department, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools in North Carolina, Houston Independent School District in Texas, as well as Donors Choose and AdoptAClassroom.org, two crowdsourcing classroom funding sites.
We don't keep twisting. Nope, they're already ready to go.
In her pre-kindergarten classroom at Friendship Blow Pierce Elementary School in Washington, D.C., where Dominique Foster spends her day teaching 4-year-olds, the 2022 D.C. Teacher of the Year recipient sat down with Verify to talk about her experience paying for classroom supplies.
I used to somewhat be embarrassed by how much money I would spend for my classroom. Yeah, you could make numbers, letters.
A classroom decked out with stations for sensory play, science and discovery, creativity and imagination, and even cooking. Foster says throughout her 20 years of teaching, she spent tens of thousands of dollars of her own money making sure her students have the supplies they need to succeed. A lot of money that she prefers to call an investment.
I've never known a teacher who didn't spend money. It absolutely is the norm, and sometimes it is the expectation.
A spokesperson from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools, the public school system for the Mecklenburg County in North Carolina, told Verify, quote, "The district gives teachers the necessary equipment and supplies for their classroom. However, some teachers supplement supplies to enhance their lessons. They acquire these through personal purchases and donations. According to Houston Independent School District, the largest public school district in Texas, if teachers want or need other supplies that the school's budget doesn't support, they often use options like Amazon's wish list.
Just stay over there for a few minutes so we can have some fun, we can talk.
Foster says teachers feel enormous pressure to teach at high levels while being underpaid and under-resourced.
And that pressure usually pushes teachers to go out and find it or buy it themselves.
A study from 2015 conducted by the Department of Education found that 94% of public school teachers use their own money on school supplies. The agency says this is their most recent data on this topic, but according to more recent studies, that number may actually be higher. A 2018 survey conducted of 4,400 teachers by adoptaclassroom.org found that 96% of teachers purchase basic school supplies for their classrooms and for their students whose families are unable to afford them. And a survey of teachers registered on the Donors Choose website showed that on average, those teachers spend $750 per year on those supplies. So we can verify, 94% of teachers do report paying for school supplies out of pocket. In fact, the number may be even higher.
Welcome back. Study after study has shown what most of us already know. Al Jackson is a handsome man.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
No, walking is really good for us. It's time for some joint and muscle support brought to you by Omega XL. A brisk walk can not only improve the health of your joints and muscles, it relieves tension, reduces anxiety, helps boost creativity, and may even slow down aging. No gym or workout equipment required. Just 30 minutes of walking per day is a great way to improve your overall fitness. It's really that easy. Omega XL has improved the lives of millions of consumers. Supported by 30 years of clinical research, Omega XL's powerful and proven benefits have transformed the lives of athletes, celebrities, and dedicated daily users. Call 1-800-686-5325 or visit OmegaXL.com for more information. Al, I paid you a nice compliment off the top there.
I appreciate it. Just when you were reading that, I was like, oh, I need to do some yoga today.
I just did my first yoga class in over 10 years at a studio.
How was that?
I was really scared to do it because it's been so long, and I wanted to join a community and fix some habits, and I had a really good time. So thank you both for inspiring me with yoga.
Go.
You feel good after. Yeah. You feel good after like a good yoga session. You got to just go do it because you're not going to do the positions that everybody else is doing. You know what I mean?
That's what child's pose is for. Like when they're doing something crazy, you're like, I'm just going to lay down.
Don't be afraid to just get down there.
Right.
Because I've been in some yoga classes where you have to do, what's it called, with the weights?
Right.
Like,
yoga sculpt.
Yoga sculpt.
It's so hard.
And there's like 100-pound women in there.
They're killing
with like 10-pound weights, and I'm like on the floor. I'm all done.
That was me. I was on the floor.
You would just, you're in those classes, and you're like, everybody in here is ripped.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And it was a warm
It's those little muscles.
Yeah.
They're very meaningful.
Yeah. It's what it's all about. Work out those little muscles this weekend.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a good one. Same time, same place.